Hey guys, BRIWAGZ Bass Channel back again. Eddie over my shoulder, Steve Harris not far behind. Irons up. So sometimes when I sit down and I pick up my bass, I do something like I create a riff, and whether you're in the studio or whether you're rehearsing with a band and writing material, or whether you're just sitting down to practice, a lot of times your first instincts are the best. They always say like the first or second takes in the studio are like the best takes when people play their instruments and play a part, right? So I immediately came up with a riff, a lick. I figured out what my tempo was. I think it's around 82 beats per minute. That's just my brain kind of telling me, where it should be. And I kind of synced it up with my metronome, because when I turn it on at first, it starts out at 100 and then you have to adjust it. So Quartz, the timekeeping company, they're going to pay me one day for that. All right, so that's the lick. I turned the time off. So to show you what I'm doing, so it's the low E, right? The low E, the E, open E, and then the E on the 7th fret on the A string. Then I'm doing a D to E to G to E, D, E. Then I do that E, E again. Then I just do a box. D, E, G, E, D. And then I went up to the A. So again, just the very first thing that I started playing when I picked up my bass, that was the exact thing. I didn't have to figure it out. I mean, it was in my head, right? I don't know where this shit comes from. I think it's funny. It's not funny. It's a gift, right? Whether it's good or bad is not my place to say, but coming up with something that you think sounds cool, right? It's more about my creativity and my facility on the instrument. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, I wouldn't have been able to play that, I don't think. I probably would have, but it took me a while to get to that kind of thing, right? And that's not a real crazy riff lick to play, but it does take some timing and rhythm, and that's why I use the metronome. And I felt like it was 82 beats per minute. Like I could, the time was internal, right? Like I felt the time, and then I adjusted the metronome to match what I was feeling inside, right? And when I was playing. So I know that's kind of a maybe a wonky idea, but the idea is that you're creating time within yourself, and then you're matching it with a click, right? You don't always have to use a click, but you can groove to a metronome. I've seen videos with lots of people. Zach Wild from Black Label Society, and he's playing with Pantera now. Ozzy's guitar player, he's an incredible guitar player, one of the best, metal god. And he's like, yeah, I always practice with a metronome and I can groove to it. So don't think because it's just a click, right? A click coming from a little timekeeping machine that you can't groove to it. There's a swing that happens. So you have to work on that swing, right? And you'll understand what I mean as you go forward. You have to get that rhythm and swing, right? So that's me with my internal clock, right? And then me talking out the lick that I was playing on my bass. That's a good thing to do too. Verbalize, make sounds from your mouth, right? So verbalize what you're playing. And, it's kind of like scatting, right, in jazz. I mean, not really, but that's the idea. You're speaking the notes, whether you know what the notes are or not. You're speaking the rhythm and the notes of what you just played. So then you get it in your brain, and your hands and your brains connect to the instrument. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but it's something that's cool and important, I think. All right, so that's a good little quickie. I'll be back with another. Thanks everybody for joining the Bass Love Fest with me, BRIWAGZ Bass Channel, for all levels of bass players. I'm probably, pretty much maybe a upper intermediate expert at this point, but whatever. I mean, title doesn't matter so much. Just love to play and love to learn and love to be with you guys. So, peace out, Cub Scouts. Peace.